Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. If you're new to the channel, we do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday, all 3 strikes, all 3 classes. This is going to be our hunter guide with Savathun's song. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe now. If you're going for 100,000 points, I will guide you through it, but the video won't actually show that. So just keep that in mind while you're watching. Damage, input, and stuff will be a little different. Also, if you're going for 100,000 points, you now need to have your modifier card up to 100 handicap of 100 before it actually sets in. So I'm not sure how that actually affects the points, but we'll take a look here in just a second. We're rocking heavyweight and solar singe. And as far as this goes, let's just take a look, see if that even goes up. No, so it's not going to go up until 100. So you might want to go pretty high up. I'm not sure how high this goes anymore. But I would go match game and momentum, maybe attrition. But definitely go match game. And that one will leave up to you depending on the boss fight. Attrition might actually be really good for the boss fight. But the reason why you want to go match game is we are rocking Borealis. If you don't have this, definitely try and get it from Zur. You can get it from the Faded Engram. This thing is amazing. Holding down the reload button changes the weapon's damage type, so Void, Solar Arc. It makes it amazing. And when you break a shield with it that matches that damage type, you get bonus damage from the sniper. It's incredible. We're also rocking the Duke MK44, but you might want a auto rifle if you don't have Avalanche. If you don't have Avalanche, I would go with either a solid solar grenade launcher, anything solar that you can throw on here is going to do you pretty well, to be honest. And then of course we are rocking Celestial Nighthawk. This thing is incredible. You'll see why in the boss fight, especially if you're just going for a completion. And then you want to go with the bottom tree here for this one will cool down your super even faster when getting precision shots. This one enables precision damage, so you're going to be doing even more damage with your golden gun as long as you get that precision shot. It's incredible. But otherwise, let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, so depending on what version of the strike you get, there are either going to be 2 of these elite acolytes, or there's going to be like 3 or 4 drags and 2 elite shanks. I might have the fallen one backwards, so just be aware. But just go ahead and clear them out, and then depending on which one you get, you're either going to get Hive here or Fallen, and either one's going to run the exact same. At least for this opening section, it's going to be either a captain or a wizard. They're both going to be elite either way. Go ahead and take them out, and then kill the dregs or the acolytes, and then open the door. Once you get the door open, you pretty much run the same way. You're just going to come over to the right or the left hand side of the map. You'll see me run there in just a second. If you get the Fallen version, it might be easier to go by the entrance where we just came in from, but either way, just go ahead and clear this first wave up. The first wave for the Fallen is going to be a little bit more difficult because there's going to be a bunch of invisible marauders, and they're going to be doing solar damage, so just keep that in mind. The Hive version is actually a lot easier in my opinion in general. Hive, as you can see, it gets the wizard for the first wave, and then for the second wave it's going to have 2 knights and a bunch of exploder shanks. If you get the Fallen version, it's going to have 2 large like machine gun shanks. You've seen them before with the solar shields. So just keep that in mind. You're going to want to kill those guys really quick, or otherwise they will melt you very fast, especially if you're going for 100,000 points. But once you get all these guys cleared out, just go ahead and head back to the door, and depending on which one you get, again, if you get the Hive version, you're going to get a bunch of Thralls. If you get the Fallen version, you're going to get a total of 4 Elite Acolytes. I know it doesn't make too much sense, but that's how it works for whatever reason. So just keep that in mind as the doors open. The Elite Acolytes will also be doing solar damage, so kind of stay back. Like, you have to get close to the door and then you just come walking back. And then for the third door, there is going to be a ogre, like a mini boss ogre, and then sometimes it's 2 knights and sometimes it's 2 wizards. So just keep that in mind. But once that third door opens, I like to come running back to right here, right to the first door entrance. But and then just use your super on the ogre. Try to hold on to that until you get to that. And then I use the Borealis, or whatever you're using, to kill either the wizards or the knight. Alright, then once you get here, just go ahead and clear out these guys. And if you're getting the Fallen version, again, you're going to have some Marauders instead of Acolytes. I think there's also some Dregs or Shanks. One of the two. Just go ahead and clear them out. Be very careful. And then we'll move on to the next section, which again will have either Fallen or Hive. Depending on which one you get, you're either going to have Fallen fighting Hive, or vice versa. I think there's also a captain thrown in there if you do get the Fallen version. But go ahead and clear out all the enemies. Now, if you get the Fallen version, you're going to have to kill the wizard early, which is fine. Try and kill her last. Hopefully she's not hitting you too hard. But like I said, the Hive version is a lot easier. So go ahead and kill her. And then pick up the orb and then just like drop it and then clear out the ads. Once the ads are dead, then you're going to make sure, pick up the orb again, and then make sure you are full health before you go. And then we're going to get behind some cover. That cover, kind of where that acolyte is, we're going to jump behind that, wait for our health to get full again. And then we're going to wait for the Shrieker to spawn in. This is where you don't want to run Extinguish, by the way, because you have a pretty good chance of dying here if you don't time it right, or you're going for 100,000 points. But as long as you get that slam animation complete, you will be able to get the checkpoint. So you'll just spawn right back in, and then we'll move on along. Now there's 2 versions of this strike here as well. I'm just going to guide you through the one we get in the video for, because they are extremely different to the point where we even take 2 separate paths. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully you get this version. But in this room, there's going to be 1 elite knight and like 4 or 5 acolytes. It's not too awful difficult. You just kind of stay back like you see me doing here, and just kind of take them out as you can. And then once they're all dead, obviously you're just going to take out the crystals. And then in the next room, in the first section, there's going to be a mini boss ogre. I believe it's 2 regular bar health knights, 1 elite knight, and then just a slap ton of acolytes. What I like to do is use my super, as long as you have it, on the ogre. It should go down in 1 hit, unless of course you're rocking the 100,000 points, and obviously it's going to take a bit more damage. So just stay back, as like kind of where you were seeing me stay back. That way you can dip back into that room we just left if your health gets too low. And then try and take out these acolytes in here at the bottom. That way they're not shooting at you the whole time and throwing their little grenades, so those things get really annoying. And then just slowly make your way around this area to kill the knights, and finish off the rest of the acolytes. Once you're ready for the second half of the room, there's going to be 2 more knights, both red bar health, and they will have swords, so they'll kind of charge at you. But they're slow runners, so it's nothing too awful to worry about. 1 more elite or mini boss ogre, and then 2 elite wizards, along with a bunch more acolytes. Just go ahead and hopefully you can re-get your super, either by orbs or getting that practice makes perfect buff for your super regen by getting precision shots or precision kills. No, precision hits. And then you can just use that on the boss, and then everything else will spawn in. And then just match your shields with your Borealis if that's what you're using. Hard light would also be okay, but since it doesn't have a whole lot of range, I don't really prefer it, especially not over Borealis. As you can see, that just does a bunch of damage. But go ahead and clear out the rest of these enemies. Pick up whatever ammo you can, especially if it's heavy ammo. But if you're going for a regular completion, it's not too awful bad, because we're pretty much just going to 2-shot the boss. And then yeah, we'll move on into the next section. Once you get here, there's 4, I think there's 4 more elite acolytes. Just kind of stay back, because like I said before, they are doing that solar damage, and as you can see, this guy about wrecks me to death. Like, if that hadn't hit, I probably would have been dead there, and I would have had to start like a ways back over. Not fun. But go ahead and take out the crystals. And then in the next room, there's going to be 1 elite knight, a bunch of acolytes, and then I think it's 3 regular bar health knights. So what I like to do is just take this guy out right here. Hopefully you can with your Borealis if it's not too far away. And then just get him there. And then just try and get these guys as far away as possible. Like, I literally just use the walls of the room. And then I'll take these guys out here. There. And then there should be 1 more knight hiding in the back with some acolytes. And then we'll get to the 2 wizards. Once you kill the 2 wizards, you'll be able to grab the ball. And if you get close enough, they will spawn in like 5 or 6 thralls. Just be aware of that as you're moving in towards these guys over here. Then just kind of take care of them. And then once you do, go ahead and grab the orb, and then you'll spawn in a elite knight, some acolytes, and some cursed thralls. Just go ahead and take them all out. The cursed thralls will be elites as well, so just kind of keep that in mind. But as long as you keep your distance and you take out that knight pretty quickly, you should be okay. And there are the thralls. They'll always come through that door, in case you're wondering. But go ahead and grab the orb. You'll spawn in the guys. And then once you clear out them, the next room is going to have another elite knight, a few acolytes, and then a total of 3 red bar health ogres. This is where you kind of want to keep your distance. But go ahead and just slowly make your way through that room. And then you're going to do the exact same thing with the orb and the 2 shriekers. Well, there'll be 2 shriekers this time. Last time it was just 1. You want to make sure before you move that you have full health, and then you get behind cover. You wait for the your full health to respawn in again, and then you are going to wait for one of the shriekers to stop shooting, because they won't both stop at the same time. I think it's 7 clicks if you listen for it. Otherwise, you can just kind of watch it. But once that happens, go ahead and get going, because you're not going to have a whole lot of time, and you more than likely will die at the second one unless you're just crazy fast, which is possible, I guess, maybe, I don't know. But go ahead and just do that, and then you will get the checkpoint. Also here, I didn't say it earlier, it is very important to make sure that room is completely clear of ads. Otherwise you're going to get extra damage, and you probably won't make it to the slamming thing. So just keep that in mind as well. Alright, but once you're in here, go ahead and use your Borealis, Hard Light, whatever you're using to kill these wizards. Go ahead and do it. Grab the ammo that they drop, if they drop any, if you need it. And then we're going to go through the Cursed Thrall room. There is a wanted wizard there. Usually I say skip them, but for some reason she never seems to run away in this area. So just go ahead and take her out with your power ammo. Try and save as much special ammo as possible if you're rocking Borealis. And as you can see, she'll rip through you pretty quick. So just be very careful, and then yeah, we'll make it into the boss fight. Alright, so hopefully you kept on to your super, because that's what we're going to use here. Go ahead and shoot the crystal, pop your super, or if you have a grenade, I like to throw it first, just to make sure she's not immune. And then she will kind of despawn, and these thralls will spawn in. I think there's a total of 8. Go ahead and kill all of them. And then if she closes up, like if you're not going for 100,000 points or whatever, you should get the spawn in of 2 knights, just regular red bar health knights, as well as like 7 or 8 acolytes and 1 elite acolyte. Make sure you kill all of the acolytes first before killing the 2 knights. You can kill one of them, but don't kill both of them, because once you kill the 2 knights, the boss will spawn in, or wake up again, whatever, and you'll have to deal with her on top of whatever acolytes you didn't kill. So just keep that in mind. And depending on what you're rocking, you might want momentum or whatever. So just kind of keep your distance, or attrition. And then we'll move on. But once the boss wakes up, she's going to take 1 shot, so you're going to want to hide kind of at the bottom of, I think we're going to make it right here. That was a nice throw. But you're going to hide right here, and the shot shouldn't hit you. And then as soon as she's done, come running up here. Don't worry about not having your super here. You're just going to want her to teleport. If you do have it, go ahead and rock it. That would be awesome. But just get the boss to close again, and there will be some thralls that still spawn in. I think there's like 8 of them again. And then there's going to be a bunch of acolytes. Again, 1 of them is elite. And then there's going to be a total of 3 ogres. You can kill 2 of the ogres if you want to, but leave 1 alive, just like the knights, because once you kill all 3 ogres, the boss will spawn in again, and then you'll have to deal with them on top of the thralls that are going to spawn in, and the boss is shooting at you. And she will add this mechanic. I will edit it in right here, where she starts shooting these orbs. There's, I think, a total of 5 or 6 of them at a time. It gets really difficult. So if you have a auto rifle, or that avalanche machine gun, that's going to serve you very well. It makes it a lot easier. What I would suggest doing is clear out as many thralls as possible. Shoot the orbs as quickly as possible. Like if you can get them while they're spawning in, do that. And then after that, I go back to killing thralls, and then do the same thing over and over until you either have your super, or you can do enough damage to the boss to get her to despawn, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, and then once she despawns, you're going to want to run all the way back to the entrance, and we're going to just kind of wait here until we kill all 8 of the thralls that have spawned in. And then once you do that, we're going to kill the wizard in the middle, and then we are going to get the orb, and then we're going to come running back here, and there's going to be 2 more wizards that we have to kill, 1 on each side. And then after that, we're just gonna pop the orb, wait for the boss to stop shooting. It's 7 clicks for the orb, or for the boss to stop shooting if you're listening, or you can just watch. Obviously you'll see it here in just a second. and then we're just gonna pop our super and kill the boss. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an awesome week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.